Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Coe Show. My name is Mason Coe here, as always, with my co-host Aaron Coe.
Howdy. Are you sweating yet?
No, I'm not sweating yet.
Okay. You're in a sweatshirt. It's going to be like 100 degrees today.
That's whatever. It's whatever.
Jesus.
Today is June 26th. It's been a minute. I've just forgotten. That's genuinely been what it was.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah, a lot going on. Honestly, I've been watching a lot of basketball. That's been part of it. Speaking of, the conference finals are underway. We'll talk about that as well as some other news surrounding basketball from the teams that are no longer in it. But before we get to that, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff. Follow us on Twitter at Mason Charles Coe, at AaronCode29. And then also, I have a personal announcement.
Oh.
Yeah, for you and for the podcast.
Oh.
Yeah, so I think I'll just show you.
Fired?
Actually. Yeah, you're fired.
Oh my God. Wow. Hello.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I'm Yatted now.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That explains the sweatshirt.
Yes. So we still got some more what's it called? Shading to do on the cherry blossoms. Gonna add a little bit of color. But the jackdaw's all done. So
Wow.
yeah, the meaning of the jackdaw, for those wondering, is our last name. Translated into Old English is jackdaw. So I got that. And then we got a cherry blossom tree right outside. And there's some other meanings for that stuff. But
It's not small.
it's not small. It covers up with a t-shirt though. So we're good.
Kind of speechless right now. I have no tattoos.
Yeah, no.
So I don't hate tattoos, but yeah. I knew this was coming.
Yeah.
But, whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jeez, holy cow. Okay.
I decided to do it on podcast so you couldn't be too mad. Okay. We can cut this out.
What's your mom doing?
Yeah, no. I'll show her later. But, so.
I can call her in here right now.
Is that a good or a bad idea?
It's a bad idea.
Bad idea, okay. Okay, NBA playoffs.
NBA playoffs.
So,
Speaking of other things that suck.
Yeah. Whoa. That's... Damn. Okay.
That is a cool looking tattoo.
Thank you.
It's just kind of sinking in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's still sinking in for me too.
Yeah.
So literally the ink is. So.
Yeah. Wow.
So yeah. All right.
Well, I hope you get another one on your ass soon.
Yeah. Yeah. For those who don't know, if the Sonics are announced to come back before 2025, I have to get Gary Payton and Sean Kemp tattooed on my ass. So
that's gonna happen, my friend.
I
guarantee.
I'm really, but day by day I'm starting to feel like it's more likely. So okay. Clippers versus Suns. Actually no. Let's move it back a little. So the Clippers beat the Jazz and the Suns beat the Suns. They swept. They swept. I don't even know who they even played anymore because they.
Was it the Nuggets or was that somebody? No,
Nuggets. It was the Nuggets.
Was it,
Suns in 4. Yeah. Suns in 4. So we already talked about the Suns sweeping actually.
Yeah.
Clippers beat the Jazz. I mean, it honestly wasn't the most exciting series ever. I mean, it went deep, so that was fun. But I would say the individual games. You had some really big performances from PG. We'll talk about some bad performances for later from the Suns series. But yeah, the thing I really want to talk about, the Hawks beating the Sixers. So Nate, Mac-10.
Mac-10, baby.
Trae Young.
Mr. Sonic.
Leading their squad to a conference finals for the first time since, can you guess when?
What, say that again?
First time the Hawks have been to the conference finals since...
I don't remember it ever happening.
2015. Surprising,
what?
Right? Yeah, the big three of Jeff Teague, Al Horford, and Paul Millsap.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That just goes to tell you...
Got swept by LeBron, I'm pretty sure.
You don't remember, in the NFL, you don't remember teams that went to the conference championship game.
If the Hawks lose this series, it'll probably be one of those. Unless Trae Young turns into,
people forget, the Jets were in the conference finals with... with what's his face?
Conference championship with
Buddy Ryan.
Buddy Ryan's brother. Yeah. Rex
Son.
Ryan. Rex Ryan. Son. Rex Ryan.
Son.
Rex Ryan.
Yeah.
Rex yes.
Ryan. And yeah. So they aren't memorable. It's
No.
accomplishment in the moment.
Yeah.
But the next season you don't remember who was in the conference finals.
No. Yeah. So I think the big takeaway from this series, unfortunately, this kind of overshadowed the win from the Hawks, was Ben Simmons just completely declining to do anything in the fourth quarter. The play that you think of when you talk about this was, of course, passing up an open dunk on a rotating Trae Young, defensive stopper, rim protector Trae Young, decided instead to dunk on him and go to the line for probably an and one. He passes it up to Matisse Thybulle, who goes 1 for 2. Joel Embiid in the press conference after the game cited that play as the turning point. And then they go on to lose the series. Trae Young didn't have a great Game 7, am I mistaken? Was it Game 6? I don't know, but
yeah, I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, no.
Whether it's dunk.
Yeah.
Whether it's I'm choosing between trying to dunk and pass, I'd probably pass it.
Yeah.
So I don't blame the guy.
Yeah, no, he I think he went like 3 for 3 in the fourth quarter in the last 4 games or something crazy. He only shot 3 shots. So that's not ideal from your star that you're paying max contract. Well, paying him like a star. Yeah. So who knows what's going to happen? I mean, Doc Rivers, I think he'll get another shot. I'm going to make my call right here. I said this to you before, and there have been some reports that Philly is committed to working on his jump shot, but then there also have been reports that they're looking into trades. I'm going to predict Ben Simmons and a second-round pick for Kemba Walker to OKC. I think this works well for OKC because they get a pick, which they love, and then also Ben Simmons is still a young player, so that's a good, OKC is basketball rehab right now. So you get him in a young team, just kind of, not a lot of pressure to win. And then Kemba Walker gets a chance to potentially win a championship. And they have similar contracts, so.
I don't think the dude likes basketball. So this whole thing, how long has he been in the league now? He ain't a rookie.
3 or 4. This is third or fourth year?
Fourth year.
Yeah.
If he hasn't worked on a jump shot by now, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's tough to say.
People don't have a jump shot in year 5 and 6. I just, can they get a little better? Yeah. I don't think he likes to play basketball.
My counterpoint would be like a guy like Mark Gasol or Brook Lopez, but they were really good players that worked on their game and then decided to switch up their game.
Yeah.
They knew they needed to start shooting 3-pointers. Ben Simmons has known he needs to start shooting since he was in college.
Right.
So it's different.
And they had some ability. They weren't unable to do it or unwilling to do it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because they improved. I mean, now they're quality shooters.
Yeah.
They weren't before. So.
Yeah. But they weren't Ben Simmons level.
No.
They could hit some shots.
Yeah.
They just do it more now and have worked on it.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, you can evolve your game, but you can't I ain't gonna be 6'9" tomorrow.
Yeah.
I almost think it's like that for Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
I don't think he has the willingness or the ability to have a shot.
Yeah. No. It's I saw a tweet. It was something along the lines of, Ben Simmons already won at life. He has generational wealth, guaranteed $200 million or whatever.
Yeah.
And so who's to say that he's just kind of he's made it to himself, and maybe he just wants to do other shit, which on one hand it's he doesn't have to be passionate about basketball, but on the other hand you're kind of robbing money from team and robbing time and from fans. So it's not, you're not going to be looked at you're not going to be looked at with rose-colored glasses in that sense, where people are going to be like, oh, he's just doing what he wants to do. People are going to fucking hate you. So.
If you talk to any former athlete and they are honest, they will all tell you that in any locker room, probably a quarter to half the players don't really love being there.
Mm-hmm.
They're good at it, and they like the fame. Some of them don't even like that.
Money.
They like the money, the fame, but they don't really like to put in the work.
Yeah.
and they don't really like the game itself,
Mhm.
but they're really good at it, so they do it. Ben Simmons, I just look at the guy like he doesn't look like he wants to play basketball.
He has never looked passionate, really,
Yeah.
like on the court to me.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's I mean, you're taking that from a guy that hasn't watched a ton of Sixers games over the last 4 years. So, but yeah, Hawks move on. Questions as to whether Philly has to blow it up to some degree, or not at all. I mean, I just don't think you can run it back though. Like,
I think they're gonna run it back.
ugh.
Because the trade that you mentioned makes sense. It's the only trade for Ben. Like, why would anyone take on that contract?
Yeah, unless you're trading another contract out. That's the only thing. I mean, what I told you is like Al Horford has been traded like 3 times and under this fucking horrendous contract.
Yeah.
He's been traded 2 or 3 times. So anyone can get traded if Al Horford's being moved around like this. That's my
you're gonna have to give up a pick to trade him away.
Yeah.
It's not gonna be pretty.
No.
I mean, I could see the OKC or somewhere like that where you're like, well, he's a talent. Let's take a shot.
He's essentially, you're trading for 2 picks if you're them. He was a number 1 overall pick 4 years ago. He was defensive player of the year candidate this year. I think he came in 2nd. So yeah, I mean I think you would rather have him than Kemba Walker right now. Why do you want Kemba Walker on your roster unless you're trying to have him mentor Shai Gilgeous-Alexander or something?
I'd rather have him than Ben Simmons.
If you're OKC though?
If I'm anybody, I don't want Ben Simmons on my team.
All
I don't
right.
want him on my fucking YMCA team right now.
Okay.
What good is he?
Okay. Yeah.
No, seriously, what would he do in the YMCA? Pass it to me?
All I'm saying
Jesus
is
Christ.
OKC has been basketball rehab. So, yeah.
Fuck OKC.
Fuck OKC.
Fuck Howard Schultz.
Fuck Howard Schultz. Fuck Howard Schultz. Yeah, okay, so the Hawks get absolutely obliterated by the Bucks last night, but they won game 1. I'm excited to see the series play out. I think if the Bucks would have lost that series, it would have been a little bit more interesting. I think Nets Hawks would have been just pretty crazy, but yeah, Budenholzer and Giannis have a real shot to kind of remove the stamp that's been put on them, especially Bud. I mean, I don't know if too many people are blaming Giannis quite yet, but
I do. A lot of people do.
I think a lot of it's going to Bud.
Yeah, I don't know. Giannis has not been there in the big moments either.
Yeah, no, you're right. I think if he loses the series, then yeah, I think I think
At
officially.
least Ben Simmons knows not to take a goddamn shot.
Okay, actually,
Giannis keeps taking them.
What I will,
Harden.
Yeah. What I will say is, one thing that I saw from Giannis that tells me that he is completely different from Ben Simmons, and just
he is, yeah.
Well, not just from the shooting standpoint, but from free throws too, because Giannis, it looks like, I saw a tweet, it looks like someone's holding a gun to his family under the basket when he's shooting a free throw. He looks so nervous. But yeah. I saw him do the thing where he gets fouled and then tries to put up a shot after. No one does, he wouldn't have done that if he didn't want to go to the line.
Yeah.
So he wants to go to the line. So that tells me he has room to improve, and I just want to see him start going underhand with it. Someone has to.
He loves the difference is he loves basketball and wants to win games.
Mm-hmm. Very passionate. He's I'm not going to say the worst loser, but the most pissed off loser in the NBA. So one of them. So yeah. All right, tonight we got Suns Clippers at 6, Phoenix -1 on the road. They're up 2-1. I predicted that the Suns would win last game. Obviously was incorrect. They're up 2-0. So yeah, Devin Booker had his first career triple-double, which was surprising to me. I figured he would have had one of those before. But who do you got winning tonight?
Okay, so this is, I don't know, I'm kind of going to give away something for later.
Okay, no, never mind. We'll not talk about it. So, what have your thoughts been on the series so far then?
Devin, so that's funny. I remember we had a conversation, not on the podcast, and it was one of the networks. It was late. It was in the regular season, and they're promoting their game. And I made fun of like, they're like LeBron versus Booker. And I'm like, Booker?
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, just say LeBron.
Yeah.
Or say Phoenix. LeBron
Right.
takes on Phoenix.
Yeah.
I'm like, Booker?
Yeah.
But he's kind of. He looks like somebody who might.
No, he's there.
Come into that zone.
I don't know if I
being a
said it to you in
superstar.
that moment, but yeah, like he's worth it, man. Like he's earned that, you know.
Him and Trae Young are two players that might be coming up. However, they both fucking choked it the last couple days.
Yeah. So Trae Young.
Booker has a broken face.
So that's the
part of his
thing.
deal.
That's the thing. It's hard to say how much you can pin that on the mask, but obviously it's got to have some factor. Yeah, it didn't hurt Sue Bird, which almost rhymes, but yeah, he actually talked to Rip Hamilton about playing with a mask, which is weird. That mask definitely was not meant for his face, though.
Didn't look right.
It wasn't. There's got to be a way you can form it to your face or something.
I think they ordered it off of Amazon.
They did.
Like, how can we get a mask in like between 2 and 5 o'clock today? Oh, look, there's one on Amazon.
Yeah,
it's
nice.
not like the super highest rated one.
Yeah.
But we can get it by 2 o'clock.
It's on
and
Prime.
I think they hit Prime.
Yeah.
Got the mask, and they're like, oh, okay, I can see why this got 3 stars.
Yeah, it like folds his ears down, and it's bad.
Yeah.
Does not fit him. So
I
hopefully
imagine it would be hard. I know some have done it.
Oh yeah, no, Kyrie, LeBron, Joel Embiid. There's a ton of guys who have done it for a couple games.
The crap out of me.
Oh yeah, no, and also like what some people don't realize, especially if it doesn't fit you well. Maybe it was completely off of his nose in a way, but sometimes those guys get hit in the mask and then it just hurts. Still, like it still just.
Yeah, because if they can even hit you here and it still hurts.
It still hurts your nose.
sometimes.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. So it doesn't. I mean, necessarily help all the time, but hopefully he'll have a different mask tonight. Maybe they had some time to form one to his face, but yeah, I'm really excited for this game tonight. Yeah, and then we also got. Yeah, Trae Young didn't have a great performance. The Hawks got absolutely destroyed. Everyone on the Bucks got minutes, so that's how you know. I mean, they were down 40 in the third quarter, I think. So, yeah.
Isn't it funny how the whole narrative can turn so hard from game to game in the playoffs?
Yeah.
Whether it's MLB or anything that has a series, you're just like, oh, the Atlanta's, Budenholzer is fucking Giannis that can't do anything, and then last night, I come in, I'm like, oh yeah, there's a basketball game on. I pour myself a cold one. I sit down on the couch. I turn it on. I'm like, oh, fucking 30 points. I had to turn on the Mariners game.
Yeah, I know. I came in actually from getting the tattoo. Actually, I came in from getting the tattoo. And I saw you were watching the Mariners game, and I was about to say, hey, there's basketball. And I stopped mid-sentence, and I was like, oh, they're down 40. So, yeah. Yeah, so...
But our thoughts can just change on a dime after each game.
True.
Now you're like, oh, the Bucks are... Okay, they figured it out.
Oh, they're
They're gonna steamroll them now.
Yeah.
But it could change again very quickly.
Yeah, definitely.
Game.
Especially with... I mean, this year, it's been no question that Mac-10's been a better coach than Budenholzer. So I would not be surprised to see the Hawks make better adjustments later in the series as well.
He's always been a really good coach. I just don't think he's been in a great situation.
So yeah, he did really good with the Pacers. He just didn't really get them over the hump, but he had Victor Oladipo as their star. So
you need the players to get the coach can get you to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. He made Victor Oladipo an all-star.
Yeah. The coach can get you to the playoffs. The stars win you the playoffs.
Yes.
You can't win. You can't win a championship without at least someone playing at a star level.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You got anything else regarding the playoffs? I feel like we're missing some big storylines, but maybe not.
No, I mean we're getting into the heart of it.
Yeah.
I think we've covered the main points.
For sure. All right, the Team USA 12-man roster has been announced for the Tokyo Olympics. KD, Damian Lillard, Bradley Beal, Jason Tatum, Devin Booker, Zach LaVine, Kevin Love, Bam Adebayo, Draymond Green, Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, and Jeremy Grant.
Who is filling in for Harden.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Which is probably an upgrade because that guy would be chucking the whole goddamn game.
Yeah. He's actually had terrible all-star game and Olympic performances historically. Like, really, he has. So, Yeah, obviously a star-studded lineup. Really excited to see this.
I don't know who Jeremy Grant is.
Jeremy Grant signed a decently big contract with the Pistons. He was a solid role player for the Nuggets.
Okay.
And he scored like 23 points a game for like the worst team. So, but still 23 a game is, solid.
That's a guy that if he goes to a real team, he probably scores 14.
Well, he was on the Nuggets last year and scored 14.
There you go.
So, yeah.
Somebody
everyone knew that this was going to be the case.
Your team's gonna score 100 points most nights.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody has to get points.
Yeah.
No matter how shitty your team is. He sounds like one of those guys.
Definitely. Yeah, so I'm excited to watch this. I think a lot of the reason you're not seeing some of the kind of marquee names are because there's going to be similar bubble restrictions to what it was like for the finals last year. So,
Trae
I mean...
Young.
Huh?
Trae Young.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the name that I would have really liked to see, maybe instead of a guy like Drew Holiday. Although I guess he needs defense.
Chris Paul turned it down, and that's why Holiday is on the team.
Ah, okay. Actually, I do like Drew Holiday. I like Holiday as a replacement for Chris Paul, though, if that makes sense.
I like Holiday.
Zach LaVine's there, so that's cool. I'm a guy from the area, so
that's fun. And the one that stands out to me is Durant. I'm surprised he's doing it.
I am too, especially.
I think he'd need the break.
Especially, you got Lillard and Beal there, so kind of some more veteran guys, but I mean, and Love and Green. But as far as veteran stars go, you don't have LeBron, you don't have the other guys, Steph. You don't have any of those guys. No AD, no Kyrie, none of them. So. So it's cool to see them though. It'll be really fun to see Damian Lillard and Kevin Durant together, just getting buckets. That's gonna be so fun to watch.
Do you get excited? Are you excited to watch this team in the Olympics or not?
I am. So yes, I am. I would be a little bit more excited if there were some more high flyers. There's not enough dunkers in my opinion. Like. I would say the most fun highlights to watch from any Olympics are the Redeem Team, Prime Kobe with his full bounce, bald Dwayne Wade with his full bounce, LeBron with his full bounce, Carmelo when he was bouncy still.
Yeah.
Everyone, there were so many dudes that could dunk over anyone. So not many guys here that really fit that category. But
why is Kevin Love on the team?
Yeah, that's a questionable one. I mean, I guess maybe you need some veterans there, but I mean, Draymond's.
Yeah, but I like.
Draymond's fun though, at least.
And he's a better fit with the team.
Yeah, I would say. Yeah, I would agree with that.
A dirty work kind of guy.
Yeah.
Kevin Love, he's gonna. I don't know. He's gonna take threes and not play defense. I don't love that. Yeah, I mean, I used to get excited about the Olympics overall. I've kind of lost interest the last few times, and then obviously the Dream Team was, I mean, there's just nothing like that in my lifetime.
Yeah.
And then the Redeem Team was a lot of fun too.
Mm-hmm. And what I'm really looking for is the next Olympics. Take out Dame, KD, Beal, Kevin Love, even Drew Holiday, Draymond, Chris Middleton, and Jeremy Grant. Add in Trae Young, Ja Morant, DeAndre Ayton, some of these really young stars. The reason I paused there is I almost said Luka, which would have been really dumb.
He'll be there.
Yeah, he will be there. Yeah, yeah. But if you get, I cannot wait to see. I mean, specifically the one that came to mind was Ja Morant. Him playing with a guy like Jason Tatum. So exciting. Yeah. Okay. We got some new head coaches. So Rick Carlisle is out. Seemed like kind of a steamy situation there. Although Rick Carlisle did have a very nice message for Luka on his departure. Jason Kidd is in. He
suddenly has time to be a head coach.
Yeah, it's weird. Yeah. Definitely seems like there was something in the works pre Dame wanting Jason Kidd to be the coach there. Yeah. I mean, this will be interesting to see. He hasn't had too much success, but if he's the guy for the job, he's the guy for the job. I think a lot of people really like the Nike exec that's coming in, Nico Harrison, which is interesting because he's a Nike exec.
I don't know.
I've heard he has like he picks talent for their roster. Like he picks talent for Nike's roster.
Okay.
And historically, Nike have not had as many misses as like Under Armour or because like.
Yeah, because they're Nike.
Well,
They can do
no.
whoever the fuck
I mean,
they want.
but no. I'm saying like, not Under Armour. Adidas. Adidas signed like Derrick Rose and like Wiggins. Like those ones hurt.
Ooh,
You know what I mean?
swing and a miss.
Like Nike has pretty much hit on everyone. So yeah.
You know, do you think was Jason Kidd a superstar?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, well, I guess I don't know. I don't know in the context of like the time, maybe not a superstar, but star, 100%. Yes.
Name a star that's been a good
That's
coach.
that's a
In
genuine
any fucking sport.
genuine good point. Yeah.
Any sport.
Genuine good point. There's
Very
got to be
hard to find.
Yeah, there's got to be a couple out there, but those are few
I
and
don't
far
know.
between. Yeah. Few and far between.
It's usually guys I'm just the one that comes to mind is George Karl. Not
Steve
that he
Kerr.
was the best coach of all time, but George Karl like had to fucking bust his ass to stay in the league.
Yeah.
He was one move from getting cut.
He's good at
every
finding
day.
exactly what people are good at. Kind of like
Yeah.
a Belichick. I mean, Belichick played football too.
Yeah.
He was really shitty, and
Yeah.
he knew exactly what he needed to do to stay on the field.
Magic Johnson's just like, hey man, just be Magic.
Yeah, just pass it behind your head, no look, bro.
Yeah.
On a dime.
Be a 6'9" point guard.
Yeah,
It's not that hard.
yeah.
You know, I mean, yeah. So I don't know. These guys, I don't know why he keeps getting so many shots. He
Yeah,
hasn't done a whole lot.
it's just one of those things where, you know, football is known for kind of like just rotating guys through too many times and giving guys too many shots, but this is one of those kind of head scratchers where, you know, I think a lot of things are moving kind of in the right direction. For example, Ime Udoka, for the Celtics, which we will talk about a little bit later on, but or something pertaining to that. I don't know a lot about him, by the way, but I've heard it's a good hire, so congrats. Yeah, and then the other coach that's coming in, Chauncey Billups for the Blazers. That's the front runner. It's pretty much done. I mean, Woj reported it, so consider it done pretty much.
Hey, do you think Mark Cuban thinks that his new coach is white?
He definitely does. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's
definitely does.
Sorry, go ahead.
No. Yeah, Chauncey Billups is in. Don't know a lot about him as a coach, so I don't have a lot to say. We'll see.
I think he's a guy that deserves a shot.
He's a guy. He's like a star, but he kind of like grinded his way to being a star.
He did.
So like similar to like I think Jimmy Butler would be a great head coach. He's a star, but he wasn't just super athletic and just kind of waltzed his way into the league. Like he wasn't an all-star till he was 31, I think.
Yeah, he was kind of a bust.
Yeah.
He wasn't a super high pick, but he was a little bit kind of a bust, and then he goes on to do some great things with Detroit. Back to the Mavs head coach, whose name
Jason Kidd.
Jason Kidd.
Yeah.
That dude was like the biggest recruit in high school.
Yeah.
He was the
McDonald's
biggest
All-American
player in college.
Yeah.
I don't think he wasn't the number one pick. I don't think.
I don't know. He was a lottery.
Maybe number 2.
High lottery.
Billups, like, he's more of the guy that had to scrap to get to where he was. So I like him as a candidate without knowing a ton. You never know, but
yeah,
I'd like to see him get a shot.
Definitely, yeah. Just a new face, just coming through as a head coach is just nice. Okay, so LeBron's changing his number to 6. Cool. I don't know.
Yeah, it's screwing all the people over who bought jerseys again.
Oh no, they're gonna have the jersey from when he won a championship in LA. Oh no, it's so sad. Remember when he won a championship with number 23 and you still have his jersey from when he won a championship with number 23? Oh no. He wanted to last year and Nike wouldn't let him.
Yeah.
Or 2 years ago, I think.
Why?
Maybe.
Why does he keep wanting to change his jersey? It's weird.
I don't know. He's been number 23 and number 6.
Jordan did it when he came back, and he's like, "That was fucking stupid." And he changed it back to 23, after about 5 games.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. Whatever. I don't like it when people change their number. I just don't like it.
Okay.
It annoys me because part of it is I'm too stupid to it's really hard for me to remember.
Yeah, it's really hard to identify LeBron on a basketball court.
So I don't like it when these guys use their damn numbers.
All right. Yeah, no. this is one of those things where it's either gonna be like LeBron has something left in the tank and like he's gonna come and like show number 6 LeBron again, or it's gonna be like remember number 6 Lakers LeBron.
I think it's gonna be
like,
more like that.
Is it gonna be like are there gonna be cursed images like Wizards Jordan? Is it gonna look like that?
Yes.
Ooh, that bad?
Probably not that bad.
Yeah.
I mean, Wizards Jordan was
That's just a whole different thing.
He was still a solid player. People like to clown on
Yeah.
that, but he was like
he was out
like scoring 20.
Yeah,
23
and
8.
that's also after he was out of the league for like 2
he was
years.
like in his 40s.
Yeah. So it's,
but yeah, I could see, if I don't think he'll be a bad player by any means. I think he's still going to be a very good player, but I don't think they're going to win the championship next year. So I think if they don't win the championship, that's a disappointment, right? So number 6 will be a disappointment.
Yeah. Okay.
There's nowhere to go but down.
All right. Fair enough.
It is what it is. They get old. It sucks.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
You're experiencing this is your first experience of watching someone you've grown up.
Yeah.
Superstar deteriorate.
It's gonna be sad. It's sad.
It's a little sad.
It's sad. Yeah. And I'm not fully accepting it yet.
That's why a lot of people love it when their superstar walks away
Early.
in the prime,
Yeah.
because they don't have to see it.
Yeah.
It's never bothered me. Like Jerry Rice trying to hang on and play. I'm like, dude, go get it. If you want to play and
Vince
somebody
Carter,
gives you an opportunity, go play.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't bother me, but I know it is hard to watch because it reminds us of our own mortality.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Jamal Adams situation. I don't even know what this is. What happened?
Oh well. It sounds like he's maybe not showing. He's not showing
Oh
up,
yeah, that was just so long ago. I forgot.
But then like, oh, it's excused.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever. Frank Clark. What did he get? A DUI or something?
No, he had a fucking Uzi, baby.
Oh yeah,
Like,
pulled up with the Uzi.
The cop came up and he was like, "Say hello to my little friend."
I don't think that happened.
Not quite like that, but it was sticking out of a bag a little bit.
Ah, nice.
And the cop's
Good
like,
call.
"Is that a fucking Uzi?"
Yeah.
Like, who has an Uzi anymore?
That's wild. Yeah.
What year is this?
1984. I don't know.
What the fuck?
Yeah. Also, Alex Caruso got arrested for 2 ounces of weed in Texas.
Yeah.
He was by the way, by campus police on Texas A&M, where he's like one of the greatest basketball players of all time.
We don't like people who come from California with their reefer around.
No. He's one of the best Texas A&M basketball players of all time, and campus police did it. Yeah. What are you doing? What are you doing?
When you're campus police and you gotta, you're used to busting like 18, 19-year-old fucking idiots, and you're like, ooh, I'm gonna be in the paper for this shit.
God, dork ass.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Also, he probably thought Caruso was an 18-year-old student.
Either that, or he thought he was like being predatory to 18-year-old students. Because
Caruso does not look like an NBA player.
No, he doesn't. It's funny because he looks 18 and 45 at the same time.
Well, yeah, if he had a hat on.
If he had a hat on,
looks
yeah.
Like a
when he shaved.
College student, yeah.
Definitely, yeah. So,
But Frank Clark, that's a felony charge.
Yeah,
so
that's bad.
We'll see what happens.
Real
there.
bad. Yeah. Also, LeBron had some fun with it on Twitter about Caruso, which I thought was funny. Which I thought was really funny. Also, the mugshot was hilarious. He just looked so annoyed. He was just like, what the yeah. Okay. On to some more football stuff. Carl Nassib came out in the most chill way possible. He was just like, "What's up, guys? I'm gay. I'm gonna donate some money.
Yeah.
Have a good one." And then his NFL jersey was a top seller for at least the week after. I don't know where it's at now, but yeah. So congrats to him. One thing he said that I really liked was I hope these videos aren't really that necessary in the future, but right now I'm just gonna try to help. So I think that's a very healthy perspective on that.
He said, I'm a private person. I'm not doing this for attention, but I hope it helps others.
Yeah.
And I when I watched that video, I really believe that.
Definitely, he wasn't. I mean, he didn't make he just put up a 20-second Twitter video, and his teammates came out and said he's a great guy. So yeah.
They said he's a great guy even though he's gay. That's what they said.
That's not what they said.
Okay,
That's
good.
not what they said.
Hey, progress. We're making progress.
Progress.
No, I think it's great. I think I don't know how many gay players there are in sports.
It's tough to say.
I think there are definitely more.
100% there's more.
I don't think it probably is the same percentage as society, but I don't know.
Who knows?
Fuck knows?
Yeah.
But I think it's a tough place to
Oh yeah, I mean,
come out.
it's tough. Like it's tough because like there's a lot of judgments that people have, but also it's like your workplace involves like getting naked in front of each other. So it's like there's gonna be different like that like it. There's gonna people are gonna have different opinions on it as if you were just working in an office together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So because there's different. So people that already had preconceived biases are more likely to make a bigger deal of it. And so it's really tough. And also, obviously, you're just in the media. So,
But, somewhere out there's a high school kid, athlete, or just any kid.
yeah.
But, that is afraid, maybe it's a stud athlete and he's afraid to say it because people are going to judge him. So this is a step. Like, this is somebody that's helping people like that.
Yeah.
So I think it's great. Hope to see it more, and I just hope that there's gonna be some idiots that say stuff to him.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
It's
definitely.
not gonna be super easy.
It's not gonna be all great.
Yeah.
But
there are gonna be fans that say shit to him.
Oh yeah, the fans too. I was just thinking like in he's defensive lineman, like when you're just in the scrum there. But so moving forward to some other good NFL news, we have throwback helmets being allowed.
Baby.
We've been calling for this forever, for the one helmet rules to be removed. And specifically, I was like, just do it for throwbacks.
Yeah.
Just do it for throwbacks. And that's exactly what they did. So beginning in 2022, beginning in 2022, we can get the creamsicles. We can get the old Patriot. What's his name? Something Jack. Union Jack. That's the British flag is the Union Jack.
Yeah,
I don't know. Anyway, Patriot Pat on the helmet. And obviously these fantastic silver domed Seahawks uniforms. Really exciting.
I love it. I just think it's been weird that the NFL has been like this.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna sell a lot of jerseys.
Yeah.
People are gonna buy their those creamsicle jerseys.
Oh yeah, those Brady. Those will go hard. And I mean the Russell Wilson throwbacks.
Yeah.
I have they're fake, but I have like a DK and like a Russell Wilson. I might have like actually bought a real throwback one of either of those guys if they had already existed.
Yeah.
So all right, you got anything else regarding NFL stuff that you've heard recently? I don't know.
No, not that I can think of.
Okay. 12-team college football playoff could be coming soon. The 11 presidents and chancellors authorized the commissioners to begin a summer review phase. Obviously, this would be great. 12-team. I'm really surprised they're jumping straight to 12, which makes me a little bit nervous. Like maybe it would have been more likely to pass if it was only 8 right now. But if 12 passes, I would be so happy with that. Give the first 4 teams a bye, which I think is such a good idea.
I do like that,
Yeah, and then that way, just get more teams in there, have the potential for some real classic games between, like, there's the 3 juggernauts, and then you have like the elite teams that are like below that, a step below that. There's this bunch of elite teams that could produce. Like those have the most potential for classic college football games, and we don't get a ton of those. So
no, we don't.
Yeah.
I meant to look up the exact number. I don't remember it now. But if you look at the teams that have occupied those 4 playoff spots, Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, and Oklahoma, those 4 teams have taken really almost all of the available slots.
Yeah.
Like it's the same teams, and then you mix in a Washington or a Georgia once in a while.
Yeah.
But they've taken like 75% of the slots.
That's crazy.
So what this will do, will those teams still dominate? Yeah, probably. But you're going to see some upsets.
Yeah.
You're going to, every 10 years, you're going to see a Boise State shock somebody.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
The other thing I love is, let's say, I'll use Washington as an example. Let's say they're the number 7 seed.
Mm-hmm.
They would host a game. Like
Yeah,
you're gonna have home
That's
site.
crazy.
So,
That'd be so awesome, a home playoff game.
and then you can use the bowl games for for the next round, so
Mm-hmm.
you can integrate them into that. So I love it. The Pac-12 is pushing back a little bit because they're like, we want. Well, no, they're not on the 12 teams, but
Okay.
they want a guaranteed slot.
Ah, yes, I see.
And
This format would just be top 12 straight up.
top 12, and there's like some rule where basically every conference, Power 5 would get their champion in unless there's a group of 5, unless there are 2 group of 5 teams that go above them.
Okay.
It's kind of the wording of it's a little
Okay.
weird. So they're still trying to figure that out. I personally,
But that sounds like they wouldn't even deserve it in that case.
I don't think they do. So like,
just keep it.
Yeah.
I don't want UW going in when they're like 9-3.
I also don't want let's say UW goes they go 7-5, but they win the North
Somehow, yeah.
It's a crazy year.
Yeah.
And I've seen this happen, especially in the South. I know that I think UCLA won it one year with a record like that.
Yeah.
And then they upset USC in the now they're the conference.
Yeah,
champion,
I said
8-5.
I said
like,
9
they
and
don't deserve a playoff
yeah.
spot.
I said 9-3. It could be like 8-4, 7-5 getting into the
There have
championship.
been years where 4 or 5 lost teams are in the. So I don't have a problem if they get left out of that, then they don't deserve to be there.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
So
I love this so much. I'm only sad that it sounds like we'll have to wait at least 2 years for it to happen. But how exciting is that going to be?
Yeah, so looking back at 2019, here's some matchups we would have got. We would have got number 5 Oregon against number 12 Notre Dame.
Wow.
Would have got number 6 Florida against number 11 Wisconsin. Wisconsin.
Wow. Yeah.
Number 7 Oklahoma against number 10 Minnesota. Minnesota, and then Alabama and Penn State, because Alabama, they lost like 2 games kind of towards the end there and slipped down. Right. So Alabama, Penn State. So that's 1 year. That's just I just took the most other than last year because it was like everyone played different amount of games. Just the most recent normal year. You have like at least 2 of those games are instant classics.
Oh, yeah.
Like 2 of them at least.
Yeah.
And we're getting think about all the possibilities. I mean, UCF is in one of those years.
Yeah.
Obviously you got the UW every once in a while.
They would have been in a couple of those years.
Yeah. Baylor. I mean, this year, the teams that are right on the outside, 13, Baylor, Auburn, Iowa, Utah, and Memphis was 17 at 12-2. Memphis, like, they would have been in the hunt at the end of the season for a playoff game. Just crazy. So obviously this is a no-brainer. This has to happen.
Yeah, I don't know what's taking them so long.
Yeah.
The NCAA is stupid. That's why. But it's how awesome is this going to be?
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's going to be. Yeah.
It's going to revive. It's going to potentially revive the NCAA.
There are two things. So, one, I think it allows. I hope. I don't know which way this is going to go. Our team's going to be more likely to actually schedule non-conference quality games or not?
Ooh, that's a good question, because you could definitely sneak in at 12 or 11 pretty easily if you're UW and you just bank on Oregon being good and beating them, and then you play Portland State and Eastern.
But also if you let's say you do Michigan's a bad example right now because they're not as good. But let's say like Auburn.
Yeah.
You do a home and home with Auburn and you lose that game. That could have been devastating with a 4-team playoff.
Now, true, but now it's not as. That's a different way to look at it.
Now it's like the NCAA quality. Oh, it's a quality loss.
See, that's interesting because the way I looked at it was the opposite, where now strength of schedule won't matter at all. If you win your games, you're going to be in.
But you want to get in as an at-large too. If you don't, if you don't win your conference, there's still going to be a bunch of slots there.
Yeah, true.
Which will probably be most of the SEC, but whatever.
Yeah. And then just be the SEC bowl.
The one thing I will say is, so when I watched, UW and watched college football in the 80s and 90s, every week was so fucking huge.
Yeah.
Because if you lost one, you were probably out.
Yeah.
And if you lost two, you were almost certainly out.
Yeah.
So every week, just the weight of the world was on that game.
Mm-hmm.
So we've already lost some of that, and we're gonna lose more of that. However,
Who cares?
I don't know. I care a little bit, but I will say this now: every game matters more.
Yeah, every game matters until you lose one. Awesome. Like,
you won't have these massive, like, oh my god, that game tomorrow means everything.
yeah.
You're not gonna have that.
But instead, you get them at the end of the season.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and you get them in the playoffs. They're being replaced, in my opinion.
It's not going to be quite the same. I'm not saying I'm totally in favor of this happening. I think there are going to be more meaningful games.
Yeah.
You won't have the weight of the world games.
Yes.
You
yes.
just won't.
Yes. No, I see what you're saying there. All right, some more good NCAA. Well, not good for the NCAA, but I think good in general. Supreme Court just dropped their dick and balls on the NCAA, and basically the NCAA's defense of not paying athletes was they're amateurs. Why are they amateurs? Because we don't pay them.
Right? Yeah.
That's what they said. So the Supreme Court agreed 9-0, which
they don't do that very often.
No, especially nowadays. So that's just a real throttle to the NCAA.
I think it's funny. This decision means very little.
Mm-hmm.
This decision itself doesn't really change a lot.
Dominoes, though.
However, you're going to see more stuff happen.
Dominoes,
like you said. You're going to see more lawsuits. You're going to see stuff change,
yep.
Over time here. So
because this isn't even the first domino. The first dominoes were, what was it, Florida and California? Were those the two states allowing players to make money off their names? So this is like, there's a meme where there's like a small domino and then it like gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And like one of the memes I saw was like the NBA wanting to get Zion into the bubble, and then like the Suns winning the 2021 championship.
Right.
And so this is one of those where it's like, you're going to see the dominoes fall quick. I think this is good news. I don't really have anything to say about it, though, honestly.
I think, one thing that's going to be nice is, in Seattle here, the ability to hook some athletes up with internships we have some pretty incredible companies here.
Yes.
So I think that's going to be a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you should probably give athletes a fucking laptop. You can't go to college without a laptop anymore.
Yeah, no, it's impossible. Like it is required to have a laptop. Yeah. Genuinely, there's like required textbooks, and then they're like, oh yeah, and you need access to a computer. Like you need access to a computer. And the athletes, they're not like, they can't go to the library every day.
Yeah.
They need a laptop. Okay. You got anything else regarding college football now?
No.
Okay. Sticky stuff is causing spin rates to plummet. You sent me this tweet from Rob Arthur. So yeah, if you don't understand what's going on, this is the spin rate of pitches, and you can see as it's going up and up, and then sticky stuff crackdown, and then it just absolutely plummets. So this is I don't know exactly where I stand on this, because on one hand it's like, yeah, they were cheating and it was bad, but on the other hand, like, you're just going to do it in the middle of the season when you've known this has been a problem for years and you haven't done anything about it, and now you got a guy like Tyler Glasnow tearing his UCL and blaming it on the sudden lack of sticky stuff. That's tough, but you never really know with that. But at the very least, it's just very fucking stupid to do this all right now, and so public.
Yeah, it's they did this with steroids.
They handle every time they handle it bad.
This one is interesting because this shit was getting sent to stadiums. This wasn't a hidden thing.
No, everyone
what's
knew.
It called?
Spider tack.
Spider tack.
Yeah.
So what? I was actually talking to my dad, which is always a little weird. But he actually called me back because he wanted to talk more about this.
Wow. Okay.
Which is kind of weird.
That is interesting.
So he called me back and he's like, he heard, I forget the name of the player, but an older player, from 20, 30 years ago, said that when we played, the ball would get roughed up during the game. They didn't switch the balls
every single time the ball touches the dirt, it's a new ball.
So So yeah, that's part of it. So that guy was saying, hey, we had some natural grip, happening. So what I think they should do, I think that give them a little grip or change the baseball.
Yeah.
But just make it a uniform thing, and let's not have to fucking hide it. Like
maybe just make the balls just a little more sticky.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, here's the substance that we approve.
Have
for
you
to use.
have you held a major league baseball? It's
Not
the seams are very tiny and it's very slick.
Yeah.
It's like it is shockingly slick and the seams are shockingly small.
Yeah.
So also though it's like there's been like 5 no-hitters this year. So like maybe 7.
We're up to 7.
Wow. Okay, I thought I was exaggerating.
A couple of them are combined, I think.
Right. Okay. So seven no-hitters. And so I mean maybe there just does need to be a crackdown because no one's hitting the ball.
The other day, there was a combined no-hitter. I'm sorry, I can't remember the team or any of the players.
Yeah.
That's how insignificant these things are now. But at the end of the game, the closer, strikes out the last batter, and the catcher runs out like, "Hey, no-hitter!" And the pitcher's looking at him like, "What's your deal?"
Yeah,
and
he
he's
didn't
like,
even
"Dude, it's
know.
a no-hitter."
Yeah.
Like, oh, shit. Wow. Okay.
That's so funny.
Well, tomorrow when we throw a no-hitter, I'll get more excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like you said, baseball always handles it wrong. They go way too far one way and then way too far the other. So, like hitters are allowed pine tar. They're not having to fucking hide it.
No.
Right?
No.
So with pitchers, figure out what is acceptable.
Yep.
And just let it be an open
compromise. Because I mean, even at the high school level, you find out you know who's starting, and the pitcher, he does his warm-ups and stuff. He gets a game ball and he starts rubbing dirt on it and just palming the shit out of it and trying to rough it up. And then sometimes you lose it on the first pitch and you're like, God damn it. But in high school, you keep the balls, so a lot of times you'll pitch, you might go like a full 2 innings, 3 innings with that ball. So
I love it when the catcher's like, "Oh, Blue, I need a new ball."
Yeah.
And the umpire's like, "Okay, cool." And he takes out the ball and then he just puts the one he got back in his bag, and then the next couple pitches later, I need a new ball, and he hands him the ball that he took out of play before.
Yep.
Like, you use 3 fucking baseballs.
Yeah.
And if 3 baseballs get hit out of play and don't come back, you're like, shit. Who has a fucking game ball? Use? And you're like looking through your practice bucket trying to find something acceptable to use. Yeah, but these guys, I mean, I don't know how many balls they use in a game.
It's insane. It's insane. Yeah.
I mean, if you watch a game,
the BP balls are pretty much brand new game balls that they just that aren't thrown to the fans. The ones that don't go to the fans.
Yeah, you see infielders toss the corner and
every inning,
and outfielders toss the ball
every inning. Yeah.
They take him out of play if it touches the ground, like you said, and it's insane. They must use 50 balls a game.
Yeah,
right?
I want to know what the ball
is.
cost is per game.
Yeah,
it's probably crazy, but yeah. Speaking of more baseball stuff, do the Mariners suck? I think so. Probably, yeah. I think so.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So I don't know.
I really don't know though. I mean, when you look at their recent results, you're like, maybe they don't suck.
They're above 500.
Yeah.
I don't really understand how.
And it makes absolutely no sense to anyone. Shout out! I love the Mariners. I love everyone on the Mariners. It's just kind of weird. Like, what's happening? It's disbelief.
I don't really like Scott Service, but he is the manager of the fucking year.
You
won't get it because they're not going to make the playoffs, and they'll probably take a nosedive.
Yeah.
But I've been saying that all year, and they never really do take that nosedive. I don't understand it. They've had injuries.
How can he? Yeah.
They weren't any good to begin with. I don't know how they and their run differential's bad. They're like down 48 runs or something on the season. They've won a lot of close games.
They're 42, minus 42.
Yeah, their bullpen has been able to hold leads. Somehow Service has put a belief in them that they can win games. I don't understand it.
Toronto's run differential is 96 better than ours, and they are half a game below us in the wild card.
Wow. It's crazy. I don't get it. I don't know how many offensive players on this team do you even want to keep? That's there's not very
yeah,
many.
no,
Yeah,
they all suck.
I don't get it. It's pretty crazy. Marco Gonzalez has had a bad year.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Lewis is out.
Mm-hmm.
Kellenick was a disaster.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just I don't.
By the way, looking great in AAA. Yeah.
I hope we'll see when he comes back up. We're gonna pretty much know whether he can do it or not.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right about that. Also, just some smaller news. I don't know how many stadiums are doing this now, but the Mariners are offering full capacity with no vaccine. With no vaccine requirements starting 7/2. I did not know that. Also, the Hawks and the Huskies are back to full capacity, so that's cool.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun, and I know some are concerned about them not checking for vaccines, but here's the thing: it's pretty hard to check for.
If you're vaxxed, I think the whole point is you're good, right?
Yeah.
Like personally,
yeah,
you're personally
I think
okay.
The part that sucks, that I think would be tough, if I had a 5-year-old kid right now, I would not be comfortable taking them to a game.
Yeah.
Because 5-year-olds can't get vaccinated.
Yeah.
So that's the part that's still a bummer. I mean, maybe we'll get there, but hey, at this point, hey, people have made their decisions about whether to get the vaccine. At
this point, it is a decision. There is no, everyone can have it now,
and you can choose not to go to the game.
Yes.
So, and I don't know. I'm glad to see it.
I think it's good that we're taking steps to start just being normal.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay.
And let me just one more thing I want to add to that. We just to be clear, we've been cautious. We're not. We're fucking not even real.
Oh yeah.
We're not like that.
Yeah.
I think it's time.
I went to an M's game recently. I wore my mask around even though I'm vaxxed. So yeah. Don't fucking press me. Yeah, I don't want to hear it. Okay, so do you got anything else regarding anything?
One thing I want to talk about Kikuchi a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
Because there's a decision to be made on this dude. And a year ago, it was an easy decision. But they have an option where they can lock him in for 4 years, but at $16 million a year. But, man, he's been one of the best pitchers in baseball this year.
Yeah,
it's crazy. He's a top 20 pitcher. I mean,
how old is he?
How old? I'm not sure.
I'm gonna look him up. You keep talking.
But I mean, my God. So last night, 5 2/3, 1 earned run. 7. I'll just go backwards. So 7 innings, 1 earned run. 7 innings, 0. He had a little bit of a bad one against the Angels. 4 innings, but it was still only 3 earned runs. Mm-hmm. If you just look at his game log, he's been pretty damn good for the last 2 months.
He's 30. He just turned 30 though. Just turned 30.
So and then I believe he has an option where he can, if they say no, we're not doing that, then he can lock in. I think it's a $12 million option.
Oh, so I think he's probably staying either way. I think he would accept that option.
I don't know, but at this point I'm like, do I want to lock the dude in? I don't know.
The thing is, it's gonna be the wrong decision. Yeah, period. I know. They do it, he's gonna suck. They don't, he's gonna be an MVP.
My thing has always been. A lot of people were mad when the Mariners signed Cano. And granted, that wasn't a great signing.
Wasn't great.
But I don't give a fuck. It's not my money.
Yeah.
And you know what? It doesn't affect the price of beer. People always think it does. It doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
Matter.
And also, guess who we got for Cano?
That's right.
Fucking idiot. Like things can, you can flip it and make it a positive. And also, guess what? If Cano wasn't on that team, how much less fun would it be to watch those teams?
I had nothing else to watch.
Yes. Him and Nelson Cruz and Felix when he was still good.
Yeah.
Those three.
Yeah. Those are the only people that if I'm walking through my living room in the game, because I often just have it on. I don't actually watch it.
Yeah.
Those are the guys I'm like, oh, Canosa.
Yep.
Like he was one of those guys
Yep.
for a few years. Anyway, so I would probably trigger that option because why the fuck not?
Why not? Yeah, if you're not planning to go out and get a guy right now anyway, like who's the big name that they're gonna sign in the next 4 years?
Yeah.
I don't see them. I mean, hopefully the timeline is somewhat is like close to the next 4 years, but I don't know if that final piece is gonna be necessary.
I mean, I would rather they spent money on hitters, but it's hard to get hitters to sign here.
Yeah,
like,
it
you
is.
Got to put Cano money out
Yeah,
there. Like,
yeah.
You got to go 20% above market to get a guy to come here because it's not seen as
not friendly.
I don't think it's as bad as people say, but it's not the best hitters park.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Yeah. Okay. You have anything else regarding any sports?
I don't think I do.
Okay, in that case, it's time.
There it is.
For the Howard Schultz Clown of the Week.
Clown of the Week. Yeah.
Okay. I'll take this one first.
Yeah, go for it.
Jay Williams with this tweet. Congrats to so we talked about Ime Udoka as the first, or not the first, sorry, as new head coach. Jay Williams, the first head coach of color for the Celtics. And even more importantly, he is one talented individual. They've had, I think, 5 or 6 black coaches now.
I was gonna say I can think
Doc
of a couple.
Rivers, Bill Russell,
Casey Jones.
That's what I was gonna say. X-Man, Casey Jones.
Yeah.
They've had a few others too. So just some clown shit.
That won championships for God's
Yes,
sake.
and Bill Russell, I think, broke the head coaching color barrier.
Yeah.
So
And Casey Jones won titles. For
yes, yeah, and then okay, you think this is big clown shit already. As it relates to the Boston Celtics tweet that came from my account a couple hours ago, I did not post that, and my passcode has now been changed.
Oh, stop.
I know. And then this guy, he's a good follow, his Suns fan on Twitter, at Sreaky Shooter. Hey everyone, I just want to say that I did this. I dedicated the last 3 years of my life to hacking Jay Williams' Twitter account just so I could post one embarrassingly wrong tweet from his account about the coaching history of the Boston Celtics. So yeah, he just blatantly lied about that.
Oh my God.
And then you think that's bad? here's
Like if I'm gonna hack Jay Williams' account, I'm saying something a lot worse than that.
yeah, not a congratulations to the new black coach, probably. It's probably something bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, and then I'm just going to pause the clown music for a second. Jalen Rose on air. This is just absolutely...
No.
48 points in the Eastern Conference Finals. He is that guy. And I tried to tell my man Jay Rose. He kept gloating about how good the Bucks were defensively. I said if they played drop coverage, it was going to be a problem for the Bucks. Before you talk, hold on. Let me break it down. Let me show you.
Well, I got hacked.
Let me show you.
He goes, well, I got hacked. Yeah, so he just
called his ass out.
Yeah, well, I got hacked. And then the other people were like...
I love that because it's just a little shot.
Yeah, and it just moved forward. Just
That a lot of people probably didn't even
Yeah,
get.
yeah.
But it's like almost
Yeah.
like an inside joke.
I didn't even
Love
hear
it.
what he said when I watched this at first. I had to watch it again. I was like, oh, shit.
I like Jalen Rose.
I like Jalen Rose, too.
I
Yeah.
just like guys that have some edge and some
Yeah,
knowledge.
he like shot a commercial about like Kobe was ordering a martini and then Jalen Rose was like the server for some reason and he ordered it with 81 olives and like Jalen Rose is in that commercial willingly. Like he
Yeah.
can any guy
Yeah.
that can have fun with
Yep.
with the guy that dropped 81 on his head
Yeah.
about dropping 81 on his
Yeah.
head. Like that's a fun guy.
Yeah,
So
I like it.
yeah, Jay Williams clown. I can restart the clown music for you. Just one sec. The Howard Schultz part of the week. Woo, woo, woo.
Yeah, I've got so many to choose from. I thought about going Ben Simmons. Really, the guy, whoever the fuck gave Ben Simmons the max contract, is
Yeah.
another one I thought about.
Yeah, I think
But
that's Elton Brand.
I gotta go with Rob Manfred.
Okay, that's an easy one. He's one of the perennial ones, right?
Yeah, I mean he's
Yeah.
he's in the fucking Hall of
Perennial,
Fame.
which means yearly, but we're
Yeah.
still using it.
damn near weekly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just we talked about it quite a bit already, but I just think that they're woefully behind on their decisions, and then when they make a decision, it's the wrong decision.
Uh-huh.
The whole what is it called again? The spider
Tack.
spider tack.
Yes.
Just to go from 60 to 0 You know?
Yeah.
In the middle of the season,
You
knew this was happening before.
See, that's where it is. Like, I don't think people understand it. They knew this was happening, and then they decided to change it when it started to like become a public thing. Garrett Cole was like, someone asked if he had ever used Spider Tack, and he's like, I don't want to. I'm not gonna talk about that. I don't know. Like, just completely folded, and then everyone was like, okay, this is a thing. And then now the MLB is, it was the really funny clip of Sergio Romo just taking his pants off in front of the umps, like, here, come take a look. Max Scherzer also did it. Joe Girardi also Clown of the Week potential. He asked the umps to check Max Scherzer 3 times, I think.
Yeah,
and
I
then
would do that.
And then he got like. The reason he's a clown is Max Scherzer also did the thing where he like pulled his pants off, and then Joe Girardi was like came out and was like, "Come here, like he was gonna beat Max Scherzer in a fight. That's where he's the clown. And he got ejected, but so it's just it's a clown show. Good job, way to up the pace of play. Make players derobe before every fucking inning. Like that. Good job, guys. Awesome. That was the way to handle this for sure.
Again, just make some uniform thing that they can all use, whether it's sunscreen or whatever the hell it is. Again, they just like figure this out before the season starts. You're only doing this because offense is down and people are freaking out, and your game is. You know what? My 80-year-old father, I mentioned him earlier. Lifelong baseball fan, barely watches other sports. You've heard his takes on other sports. They're laughable. Loves baseball. He's a Yankees fan. He said to me, the game has gotten kind of boring.
Wow.
He said that.
Wow, that is shocking to me.
Yeah.
That's shocking to me.
And he said, I still watch it because I have nothing else to fucking do in my life. But he thinks the game is getting boring. So they're panicking.
That's genuinely shocking because that like the whole thing has been they can't retain like youth the youth fans. They can't. They're not making any of the young people excited.
They're losing 80-year-olds.
They're losing the people that they're worried about dying first. They're losing those people.
I was sure my dad would die before he said baseball
yes,
was boring.
yes, 100%. No doubt. All right. Well, moving forward, unless you got other Clown of the Week stuff. Do you want to start off with your lock of the week?
Go for it.
Me?
I'll do it.
Yeah, you do it. Yeah.
It is Clippers +1. I like it.
Clippers +1.
I like it today.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're gonna make this a series.
Okay.
I do.
I like the idea that my lock of the week.
Broken Face is still gonna struggle.
Okay.
Yeah.
My lock of the week is I'm taking a little bit of a different route with this. I'm not picking this game. I'm just saying Suns in 6.
Okay.
I don't know if they're gonna lose this game. I think this is definitely like this game makes sense for them to lose. If I had to pick one game for them to lose, I'd say it'd be this game, and then they win the next 2. But Suns in 6. That's my lock, even though it might not be of the week. It might be next week, but I'm just what I'm taking right now.
I'm going the other direction on that.
Clippers in 6 or
Clippers in 7. Mr. October. Reggie
Jackson.
Okay. He's
Mr. June, yeah, Mr.
He's
June.
Gonna be Mr. June. He had a chance to be Mr. October last year.
Yeah.
Didn't work out.
Shout out Kenny Beecham for that joke. They used it. Jeff Van Gundy stole it from this like guy on Twitter and a podcaster. Yeah. Shout out Kenny Beecham.
So sorry to jump ahead, but Mr. October, Mr. June is going to be my player of the week.
Okay, no, I like.
Have a couple big games.
Yeah.
Put him on top.
My player of the week. This is like one of the most boring picks I could have probably, but it's going to be Trae Young. I don't think he's going to allow his team to go down like this in any other games.
Hard to imagine him having another bad game like he did.
Yeah. He came off a bad game 7 and a bad game 2. I don't think he's going to let this happen, at least for this week.
I would normally laugh at you for making a pick like this because duh.
Yeah.
However, you're buying low. His stock has dropped, so you're buying low. So I will allow it.
The difference is it's like when you pick Reggie Jackson for the player of the week, you're like he's going to drop like 16, 17 points.
Yeah, he's going to be a factor.
Yeah, when I'm saying Trae Young's player of the week, I'm saying he's going to drop 40 once this week, and he's going to average over 30 for the next week.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. It's like it's the MVP of their role is the player of the week.
Yeah, they're gonna go above what is expected of them.
Yes.
We're taking the over. We're taking the over on those guys.
Yeah, it's hard to say there's anything that's not expected from Trae Young other than 100 points right now. but I think like he's gonna pop a lot harder than he has been the last like week or so. So yeah. You got anything else?
I don't think so. I think that is all.
Okay, well, with that being said, like, comment, subscribe, all the dumb YouTube shit.
Do it, you lazy bastards.
Do it. Follow us on Twitter at Mason Charles Coe, at AaronCo29. Also, we got a book on Amazon called High Points. It's good.
Yeah.
And, Goosehead Insurance. With that being said, deuces.